Welcome back to continuing coverage of UC spring football practice here on GoBearcats.com. Tom Glitter today at Nippert Stadium, joined by Kerry Coombs, defensive backs coach. And Coach, a lot of new faces so far at DBs. You got one returning starter as your defensive backs. You got a new wide receiver now, DB. Probably been a hectic week or so getting things started here for spring ball.
It is, but you know, it gives you such great energy because they're all so eager to play right now. They're so enthusiastic about what they're doing. They're going to make mistakes, but all their mistakes are mistakes of effort, and that that makes you treasure that as a coach. I got a bunch of guys out there that are just eager to go play. They're raw as can be. They're going to make mistakes, but they're making them at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and I really like that about them.
One of the guys that's eager and is learning a lot here thus far is Marcus Barnett, wide receiver, kind of a surprise, flipped over and giving him a whirl, at least an experiment on the defensive side. For now, how's he done this far?
Well, you know, I can't tell you how well he played today, but I can tell you that his effort every day, his consistency, I think, is tremendously improved over what I've observed in him in the past. Marcus is a serious football player. He wants to be good, and he's practicing with that demeanor. And as long as he does that and stays with what we're trying to accomplish defensively, he has the athletic skills to be a phenomenal player. He really does. And he right now, and I have no reason to expect that it'll change, right now he is taking every bit of coaching he can get, and he's trying as hard as he can to put into practice what it is that we're telling him to do. I'm very, very pleased with how he's taken this change and how he's approached every practice.
Last year at this time, you would line up with your cornerbacks, and you had probably as much experience as a coach could ask for, and D'Angelo Smith and Mike Mickens. Now you're going to line up some young guys. How much more teaching are you doing in practice?
It's a different kind of teaching. Last year we were teaching nuances of things. This year we are teaching raw fundamentals. And again, that doesn't mean that we can't be every bit as successful as we've been in the past. It just means that we're approaching things from a different standpoint. Those guys could walk out to practice any day and they would almost be bored with the routine of regular coverage, and so you had to find those extra edges to keep them actively engaged. With these guys, because it's a blank piece of paper and they really don't have an idea about what you're doing, they're excited to learn anything. You know, we could come out and tell them that the sky is green and the water is purple, and they would say, okay, coach, and they'd go play. And right now that's kind of enjoyable, but at the same time you do have to be very clear and explicit with them, because if you say one thing and it's not exactly what you mean, you're not going to get what you want.
How much further along is a guy like Dominic Battle, considering the experience he got last year playing in real games?
Well, you know, I don't know yet because he hasn't done anything all spring because he's been injured, but I know this, that in film study and in conversation, he already knows what we're talking about. And so does Brad Jones. I think Brad Jones right now is probably the most underrated kid back there. He's a guy who's going into his 5th year and has never had the expectation of being a starter. And now we are putting a lot on his back, and we're saying, go get it done, Brad. And he's doing a great job from a maturity standpoint. And then you've got all those other little young safeties and corners that are running around just trying to figure out how to line up and go to the ball. But what they are doing is they're going to the ball very fast.
Well, the Bearcats are figuring it out quickly here as spring ball rolls on. Coach, appreciate the time as always.
Thanks, Tommy. Appreciate being here.
All right, that is Kerry Coombs. I'm Tom Glitter, continuing coverage right here on GoBearcats.com. Fans, mark your calendar for April 25th and make a date to be at Nippert Stadium when head coach Brian Kelly and the Bearcats return to the field for their annual spring game. The Red and Black kick off at 7 p.m. and admission is free. It's Bearcat Bowl 3, Saturday, April 25th at Nippert Stadium. Be there.